Alright, good morning world. Nearly a full moon. I'm not sure if today's a full or not. Full moon setting. Line of trucks. Sunrise should be in probably about 15 or 20 minutes. My bladder said it was time to get up, and lately it's been so freaking cold I'd stay in the sleeping bag until the sun came up, but it's not that cold today, which is nice. I didn't have to wear my thermals. I never pulled the mask over my face like I usually do. I am wearing my jacket still in the sleeping bag. We're not quite there yet, but it is considerably warmer. Yeah. I've got one broken spoke. Haven't had any for a couple of days, I think, so that's not too bad. Considering all the rumble strips and stuff I was hitting yesterday trying to stay off of the road, that's probably when it happened. Yeah, it's looking like a good day so far. The forecast was going to be pretty, like 30-mile-an-hour winds in the afternoon. So if I can get a decent start in the morning, I'll just find a place to tuck in when the wind starts kicking up too much. Alright, yeah. Saturday, April 16, and it's about 10 minutes before 7. Sunrise should be close to 7. Yeah. Still me. Still ugly. Anyway, I've been talking about going to Vegas for a couple days. One, traffic is not a lot of fun on a bicycle, especially with this bike with the trailer. At least I can keep up a little bit of speed, but you burn a lot of battery every time you hit a stoplight and have to start up again. If you can just keep cruising, it's like your car, but you don't notice it as much. Stop and go really hits the battery hard. I'm like, what do I really want to go to Vegas for, right? Maybe hit a buffet at a casino, just more or less for the food, not so much for the casino. Okay. I was going to get a motel, but even the Motel 6s that I saw in Vegas were about $100 a night. Well, I don't really need a $100 Motel 6, you know. So it comes down to I really wanted somewhere to eat and a shower. All right. Well, there's campsites in the area that have showers. So state campsites, they would be, I think, $20 a night instead of $100. So that makes a little more sense. And I'm like, well, once I had a shower, I could probably go just hit a Denny's, you know, which I like. I think Vegas was sort of a landmark to navigate towards as much as anything. There looks like there's several campsites that are state campsites that have showers, and you know, it's getting to the point, most things that show up on the map when you search for campsite are RV parks, and most of them don't have any spots that a non-RV can even go to. The further I can stay away from civilization, the better. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. Even on Pacific Coast Highway, there's enough quiet little places that you could wild camp, or they do have, California apparently has bicycle only campsites because it's California, right? So I'll be looking more for that. Hiking and biking campsites, or sections of campsites that are specifically set up for hikers and bikers. Okay. This is feeling very normal now. It's funny. I remember this on the Alaska trip too. After a few days, you wake up and you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, okay, this is good. It's, you know, after I've moved to the ranch, I never once slept outside. I was always joking I was going to get bored, walk to the other side of the ranch. I mean, it's, you know, half a mile, but, and go camping, right? Never did it. Probably once I saw rattlesnakes, that kind of took the fun out of it. But all right, sunrise. Got the bike flipped over, so put a rock underneath it to lift it up a little bit. If it's completely down flat, it would get the first few minutes of sun. I mean, you can be off 30, 40 degrees and it still works. It's just a matter of trying to get it optimized. Okay, about 9:15, all loaded up. I aired up the front tire, didn't fix it. It seemed like it wasn't very flat last night, so I think temperature could make a lot of difference on that. Rear, I replaced 2 spokes. Otherwise, things are good. We're all loaded up and ready to go. What do we got? 40.7, so not quite full, but pretty good. It got really cloudy. After the sun came up, it went right into the clouds pretty much, so it was not charging very fast. But it's pretty warm. I actually took all my sweatpants, sweatshirt, whatnot. So I'm just down to t-shirt and shorts already. I was kind of waiting to see which way it was going to go. Afternoon is forecast. Okay, so the way it looks on the forecast, I was looking at St. George behind me and Mesquite in front of me. By 1 o'clock, the winds are going to kick up. I can probably ride until 1. It looks like it's going to get 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, which is about the limit of what I want to ride in. But about that time is when the sun comes out. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you know, so which way do you go? But what I should have done is got rolling at about 7 o'clock this morning, but I was editing the video last night and uploading it and answering comments when I should have been fixing the spoke last night, probably. But it was so nice last night. It was just beautiful. Just had to stop and get a shot of these ones. Kind of a vivid orangey red. Pretty cool. Okay, now we can hit the road. Okay, I just wanted to get this for my scrapbook. So use shoulder only, and that's Interstate 15 South. So there is a bicycle sign on the interstate. Okay. Okay, since we're here, the sign said this is Virgin River Gorge. Pretty rugged. I figured I'd stop and put a couple more turns on my brakes. You know, just because. If I can control the descent, I don't have to walk. It's faster that way. I honestly feel bad for the people in the little middle cages where they can't see out. This is amazing. Yeah, this is all right. That and I keep meeting the nicest law enforcement people. Car rolled up behind me, I didn't even hear it. Then a little blurb on their takedown, and I was like, oh, there's a cop behind me, okay. Look back, and he comes walking up. There's apparently a couple narrow bridges with not much of a shoulder, so I'll be looking out for that. But he's like, well, you know, there's an old Highway 91 over yonder. So while we're talking, I look down at my GPS. That's a day's ride back up the hill to get to it. I'm like, ah. Then he was like, well, we can load you in the truck. And then he starts looking at the bike. He's like, oh, maybe not, you know. So I promised to be very careful. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're nice, things
things usually go okay. Not a bad backdrop though. Okay, there's a little irony here. There's like virtually no shoulder on my side, but there is shoulder on the fast side. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, is that a viable option? Yeah, not really. The good news is, so I walked it across, and everybody got over for me, so nobody was in the first lane at all when I was walking, so maybe I got lucky there. I think that's the Joshua tree in the middle. I mean, not just one, there's a bunch of them out here. Yeah, this is some amazing landscape. I stopped because my hands are tired from holding the brake so hard. Pretty cool. Okay, exit 18. Never mind. Pretty awesome country out here. I picked a safe but otherwise terrible place to have my lunch. They put rumble strips all the way across both lanes. So it wasn't very quiet here. There's bad enough traffic going by, but ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Okay, literally a few hundred feet later. Oh, it's a better view. Quick, get it. So on this hill, I'm balancing pretty pictures and a reasonably safe place that I can get so I don't die to get the pictures. There is a few spots I didn't get. So, yeah. Okay, this is pretty epic. The guardrail is my friend. Yeah, they did some serious blasting here. Wow. That's a lot of rock they took out to carve the road. That's amazing. Hey, I've seen that van before. Yeah. It's kind of funny on a bike, every now and then I'll see the same vehicle 2 or 3 times, so they're stopping and seeing everything and I'm just turtling along, I guess. Alright, here we go. It's less than 18 miles now to Mesquite. This is the other definition of running water. So this is the Virgin River through the Virgin Gorge. Looks like we made it through. We'll see. Couple cows. So this all looks natural. And on this side, you can see the blast lines where they cut it. Get off of this thing I'm standing on so I don't fall over. That's pretty cool. Okay, there was 3 bridges with virtually no shoulder that I walked across. The first one, the highest one, was the worst. The second 2 had a little more room. I'm pretty sure my whole bike was outside of the white line on the second 2. The first one I definitely was in traffic though. So if you're thinking about coming this way on a bicycle, good luck. Not recommended. But beautiful. Yeah. Okay, we are in Desert Springs, which is close to Beaver Dam. My cell phone already switched over to Nevada time, but it's actually 12:30. Getting a little bit of sun again. Lots of blue sky in front of me. Clouds are behind me. The forecast was the wind would start kicking up, and it definitely is. I think I could still ride for another hour or 2. We'll see how it goes. Forecast was about 30-mile-an-hour winds after 2 or 3 o'clock, so take our chances there. If it gets too bad, I'll just pull off and hunker down. Found a nice convenient parking spot. Darn near the right angle too. Gotta like that. Anyway, I figured after surviving the canyon, we'll grab a hamburger, get some downtime, and let the battery recharge. I am starting to run more power just going into the headwind, so I had about 20 miles of downhill, but I was braking most of the time, so I didn't use very much power there. Just got to get a shot of this guy. That's more than a 6-foot wingspan. That is beautiful. That's all right. And then Navy, Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, POW, MIA. I saw the sign, but I don't remember. I think this highway is labeled the Veterans Highway, I-15. It's beautiful. Yeah, we're going to get 20 to 30 mile an hour winds for the next couple of hours. So I figured I blew off the road 3 or 4 times. That's a good time to stop. Up there, mile marker 6. I had 6 miles to make it to Nevada, but at this point it was kind of pointless. Also, I didn't have any specific places to go at anyway, so great spot, but at least I'm somewhat sheltered with these little bushes, so if it dies down in a couple hours I might be able to go a little further, but I think it all looks the same out here, so we'll probably call it for now. right, as always, thanks for your support, and we'll check in on the next one. I am 6 miles from Nevada on Interstate 50, and the wind was just blowing me off the road, so I figured, we'll go ahead and stop. Oh, this was kind of funny. I'm not even sure if there's somebody in there. We're at the beginning of a construction zone, and so he's there to kind of wake people up to slow them down. There was another one on the other side that I don't think a driver was in, so it's just an empty car probably, but kind of funny to camp right behind him. Yeah.